we will crack on for the time being. First things first, hello. It's great to see all you again. I've been here for 2 weeks. I've been a busy man. Also, just quickly, if we could all turn to look at Kaiser, it looks like he's about to tell a ghost story.
Lovely.
But no, yeah, I haven't been here for 2 weeks. I think it's like the first 2 weeks on the trot I've missed in literally forever. So it's good to be back. It's good to see all of you again. Again, thank you for the attendance ticks and all that. For those of you who aren't as involved, I guess, in the armor community and looking at what's going on elsewhere at the moment, a bit of a tumultuous time, and units are struggling a bit. So I'm glad that we continue to go from strength to strength, and we will get on and have a good time together. Just a bit about myself very quickly. I am 100% overwhelmed at the moment with the master's course. So apologies for the late start tonight and the non-release of the context as of yet. Per the screen to your front, a memoir will be released week commencing 03/10/22, which is this week coming. We've got a bit of spare time, a bit more of a spread schedule. So basically, I'm going to give a very brief summary now, and then that will be beefed up per se with a written document that will be posted in the Chapman Discord room. Fantastic. Okay, so if all things work, we can change slide. Okay, fantastic. So I'll do a bit of reading now. I'll run to the back, and you can all listen to me for a moment because I know we can't read. Can everyone see the screen? Anyone having issues seeing the screen? Nope.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Sorry,
I
I'm
can see
blind.
it.
I can't read.
Okay, so if you can't see, hold right click, zoom in, it should
Get
pop
your
up for you.
binoculars out.
If not, I will do the reading for you. So, context of Operation Chapman. So, we find ourselves, gents, in the nation of Tajikistan. It was previously part of the British Empire but achieved full independence in 1955. During the Cold War, the Arab nation would remain neutral while nations around it were consumed by wars such as Afghanistan. The skillful diplomacy of the Ajiks kept a balance during the Cold War, making deals with both the USA and USSR. Read into that what you want, but when we're thinking about equipment, enemy equipment, considerations to be made there, considering those past deals. Modern Tajikistan has been characterized by democracy and reform. It's open to elections, schooling for women, and liberal ideals. This obviously doesn't bode well with traditionalists, and consequently, the Radic insurgency was born. Henceforth, I'll probably refer to that as just the RI insurgency, gents, or the RI for short. So, whilst not all traditionalists openly support RI, many turn a blind eye to their actions. Zain Hussein was born to a wealthy Ajik family and he's educated in England. During his postgraduate years, he fell in with members of the Muslim Brotherhood in London. There, he was introduced and radicalized. With his skills in English and politics, he became a natural orator and was a very popular figurehead here in Tajikistan. Once the pro-Western, there we go, yeah, Western sentiment and calls for democratic government began, he came back here to Tajikistan and organised the opposition movement. This movement is what we are now facing, the RI. Any questions thus far? Are we all in a happy place?
Always.
Can we just call them the rats?
Fantastic. Slide 3 then, the final slide you please know. So, situation. In 2021, British Armed Forces deployed on Operation Sherlock. The deployment was an early attempt to combat the RI. However, it was ended prematurely as personnel and equipment were transferred in order to facilitate op pitting. For those of you who don't know what that is the essentially the fall of Kabul, the collapse of the Afghan government, and the evacuation of Afghans, British, and all multinationals from Kabul. 1 year later, the Ajiki government continues to maintain a fragile peace, though upcoming elections are at threat by a resurgence in RI activity. Two Royal Anglian have successfully completed Wessex Storm in recent weeks and have been deployed to the Ousbin Valley in order to A. Deter RI aggression, B. Facilitate the local electoral process, and C. Prevent RI freedom of movement. So those are our overarching objectives for the deployment slides. Some of you may have seen, some of you may have not seen on the load screen on the way in. Tonight is 8 weeks until election day. So everything we do for the next 8 weeks will be about being able to facilitate and run those elections more safely for the nationals, and so that Tajikistan can remain a free and democratic country. So you might basically say, where does that leave us for tonight? So we've just come in to the area fresh. What I'd ask you all to do now is reference your maps for me. So in referencing your maps, you'll see a whole bunch of things. If this is presented well, I'll leave it. If you think it's a bit too much, then I can remove some bits and bobs. So northeast of your map, you will see Fob Exton. Has anyone not seen Fob Exton? So fantastic. Right now, just for your orientation, we're in the bottom left. There's a marker there for Cop Rocco. That was the Ajiki name for it. We've taken on Fob Exton. We're in the 1 section 2 section platoon HQ location. Just northeast of us is the medical centre. We'll walk there momentarily. There, for a game sake scenario, is where if we need to, we will evacuate you. In there, you'll receive full. Yeah, thank you, Davies. You'll receive full heal. At which point you can be reinserted. Moving northeast still, we have Joint Helicopter Command and their landing sites here. You will see a marker for Gambit request because I was feeling very requesty when I was typing that apparently. What you'll find at that location, and again we'll walk there momentarily, is a green tarp area. The second you walk into that green tarp area, both Gambit, Boxer, and our attached JTAC will receive a message letting them know that you are in need of reinsert. So what does that mean for you? If you go T4, that should all be echoed to myself and to the JTAC anyway. On the off chance it doesn't, the drill that you should follow is you will spawn outside the medical centre. You can move to the southwest to kit up as you need, and then move back north to that Gambit request area. Standing on that tarp, you'll receive a ping, and then you can just wait there to be reinserted by JHC. Does anyone have any questions with regards to the reinsert procedure? Should you go T4 on this deployment? No, fantastic. Should we require ammunition of any sort, you will see to the south of the Joint Helicopter Command marker, there is an ammunition supply marker. This isn't for us to worry about, this is for JHC, but just so we're all aware with how that works, there's a crate there from which they can build and develop custom crates. These can be loaded onto whatever airframe they have and brought into us at a HLS. That's important, obviously, that we keep the AMCASs free-flowing, and we make sure we specify number of equipment. We should all know it by now, but when we're asking for AMCASs, I don't need a green, I don't need an all good, etc. I need an absolute number of what you need so that the JHG boys can facilitate that from this ammunition supply. Hopefully that's all clear. So that's Fob Exton. If you all zoom out slightly now, I've taken a little bit of time to mark the 3 key routes across the region. I may add to these as the deployment goes on. I'll also attach a map in the operational context so you can see these more clearly. But 3 key routes, as we can see, we have the A606, which leads up to the northwest of the Uzbin Valley. We have the A1, which is the central MSR down the center of the Uzbin Valley. Left of the A1 is what I'll refer to probably as the green zone. Is essentially a dried wadi through which a lot of vegetation can grow. To the right or the east of the A1, we have the A52. The A52 also shoots to the south of the Uzbin Valley, but more in a southeasterly direction, connecting up to the A1 and the A606 just outside of Fob Exton. So a lot of traffic usually through Fob Exton. Looking then to the southwest, you'll see what will actually form part of our objective this evening. You'll see Cop Ashwell. Has anyone not seen Cop Ashwell? Cop Ashwell is basically a very hastily developed OP position, originally held by the Ajiki National Army. However, as of today, this morning, they are handing over to the British, hence Cop Ashwell, British flag, fire support group marker. What this is will become an OP at which the fire support group can get eyes on to the A1 and keep tabs on any movement throughout the Usbin Valley, but also will provide them a position and a platform through which they can support us across the region with more to support, more so than if they were to stay in the northeast in Fob Exton here. Before I talk more about Cop Ashwell, we'll move down to the southwest. We have Cop Saxby. Cop Saxby is still held by the Ajikis, is a Ajiki armored platoon to the best of my knowledge. However, how they are running that cop at the moment is not real my concern. They will stay out of the Usman Valley for the most part. If they are to enter the region, we will be briefed up on that, and then I will brief you boys accordingly. JHC incoming